Alright, so I just made what might be the stupidest bet of my entire life. I'm gonna try to make $10,000 in exactly 7 days using only what I learned from Andrew Tate's $99 program called The Real World. Here's the thing though. I'm treating this like I'm a complete beginner. There's no prior e-commerce knowledge, no contacts, no shortcuts. If I can't learn it from inside the real world, I can't use it. I've got 168 hours to turn $99 into $10,000, and honestly, I have no idea if this is even possible, but we're about to find out.
We're just breaking 10K in the real world.
Around like 2K per month right now from the real world.
About $72,000 this month through the real world.
So first things first, I need to actually get back into this thing. I've reviewed the real world before on my channel, but that was months ago and I never really took it seriously. I was just checking it out for content. This time I'm actually going to follow their system step by step like a real beginner would. Alright, $99 a month, that's already a decent chunk of money for me, but if this thing actually works and I can make $10,000 in a week, then this would be the best investment I've ever made. And we're in. Oh wow, this is actually way more organized than I expected. Look at all these different campuses. You got cryptocurrency, freelancing, business, and here's what I'm looking for, e-commerce. Perfect. This is where I'm going to be living for the next 7 days. Let's see what they're actually teaching in here. Okay, so the mentor for this campus is Shoaib. I remember him from when I reviewed this before, but I never actually went through his full training. This time, however, I'm gonna follow everything he teaches step by step, so let me go through these lessons and see what their complete strategy actually is. Alright, so I'm going through these lessons and there are actually multiple ways that they teach you to find products. They've got TikTok shop research, Google Trends, competitor analysis, and something called meta ad library research. This meta ad library method looks interesting. Basically, you can spy on what other dropshippers are advertising right now on Facebook and Instagram. So the concept is if they're spending money on ads, it means the product is probably working for them. Let me try this out. So according to Shoaib's training, I should search for dropshipping keywords like limited time, free shipping, order now, basically anything that sounds like a dropshipping ad. Oh wait, look at this. This company is advertising this thing called a pocket chair. It's like a mini foldable chair that turns into a little bag that you can carry anywhere. This is actually pretty smart. It solves a real problem. You never have anywhere to sit down when you're at outdoor events, camping, waiting in lines or whatever. So let me check out their store real quick. They're selling it for like $40 to $50, and if I can source this from China for probably $8 to $12, that's some serious profit margins. You know what? This is gonna be my product, the pocket chair. It's visual, it solves a problem, and there's already proven demand. So, according to the real world strategy, this checks all the boxes. Actually, let me order one of these off of Amazon right now so that I can get my hands on the actual product. Because if I need to make my own content later or try some of their organic strategies, I'll want to have the real thing to work with, and it should arrive in a couple of days. Alright, so now I need to build a store. The real world recommends using Shopify with their free refresh theme since I'm starting as a beginner with no budget for any fancy themes. I'm gonna call this store, let's see, the Pocket Chair. And the domain is gonna be thepocketchairstore.com. Sounds legit, right? The domain is available, so we're good to go. Now, for the product page, according to Shoaib's training, I need to keep it simple but effective. So we're talking about high quality product images, clear benefits, and a solid offer structure. For the pricing, I'm going to do 3 options for the customers. There's going to be a buy one for $29.95, a buy two for $47.92, and a buy four for $71.88. All of these come with $14.95 shipping, and this gives people choice and increases my average order value. So let me show you what the store looks like so far. It's pretty basic, but honestly, it looks professional enough for people to trust it and make a purchase. I'm adding some urgency with a countdown timer, some fake reviews to build social proof, and a clear return policy. According to the real world training, these elements are important for conversions. And just like that, the Pocket Chair is live. It took me about an hour to build, which honestly went pretty smooth following their step-by-step training. And now comes the part I'm honestly most nervous about. The ads. I'm gonna completely ignore everything I know about Facebook ads and follow the real world strategy exactly. Let's see if their beginner approach actually works. According to their training, I should start with $50 per day, 1 campaign, 1 ad set, and put 3 to 4 creatives in that ad set. They recommend keeping targeting super broad to let Facebook's algorithm find the right people. So I'm setting up a conversion campaign optimizing for purchases. Campaign name is Pocket Chair Test 1. Ad set is broad targeting USA. And I'm targeting everyone in the United States aged 18 to 65, so it's super broad just like they taught. Now for the ad creatives, I'm using some of the videos that I found from the competitors' ads, but I'm gonna edit them and add my own branding. And I know this is a gray area, but just for testing purposes, it should work to validate the product. Alright, budget is set to $50 per day starting tomorrow at 6 a.m. That gives Facebook time to review the ads overnight, and I'll have results to check by tomorrow evening. So here's what we've got. One campaign, one ad set, 4 different video creatives, $50 daily budget, broad targeting. According to the real world strategy, this should be enough to validate if the Pocket Chair is a winner or not. Okay, so let me be real with you for a second. I just spent my entire day following the real world system exactly like a beginner would. I built a store using only their methods, and I set up the ads following their strategy completely. And in tomorrow's video, we're gonna see if their approach actually works for someone starting from scratch. So far, I've spent $99 on the real world and about $15 for the domain. Shopify has a free trial right now, so that's $114 out of pocket before I've made a single sale. Tomorrow, I'll be spending $50 on ads, so we're looking at about $164 invested before any revenue comes in. Now, I know this is ambitious, but the goal is $10,000 in 7 days. That means I need to average over $1,400 per day in profit starting tomorrow. With a $29.95 product, that's about 47 sales per day. Is that realistic for a complete beginner? I honestly have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous about tomorrow. What if nobody buys this thing? What if I picked a terrible product? Or what if the real world strategy doesn't actually work for beginners? But here's the thing. I followed their system exactly. I used their product research method, I built the store with their recommended theme, and I set up ads with their exact strategy. So if this doesn't work, it's not because I didn't follow the training. I mean, maybe it's the product, I don't know. So anyways, here we are. The ads are scheduled to go live at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and by the time I check them tomorrow evening, I'll know if this Pocket Chair is going to be my ticket to $10,000 or if I need to go back to the drawing board. The crazy part is in less than 12 hours, people are gonna start seeing my ads. Real people with real money are gonna decide whether or not to trust my store and buy this product. I've done everything I can do for today. The store is built, the ads are ready, and now it's up to the market to decide if the real world strategy actually works. Tomorrow's video is gonna be intense, and we're gonna see the first real results, the first real money spent, and hopefully the first real sales. This could go really well, or it could be a complete disaster. If you want to follow along with this crazy challenge, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm posting every single day for the next week. And if you want to try the real world for yourself, I'll leave the link in the description. Also, if you're serious about learning e-commerce specifically and want to connect with other people who are actually making money, join Six Figure Ecom. It's only $30 a month and you'll get access to strategies that actually work. Link is in the description. Tomorrow, we find out if a complete beginner can actually make money following Andrew Tate's system. See you then.